So I'm here in the workshop with Brian Shields, master boat outfitter. And Brian, I'm wondering if we can look at my boat here as it's outfitted to me, because of a couple times going upside down, falling out of my boat. I'm wondering if there's issues with my outfitting or just the way that I am set up in my boat.
Okay, well, there are probably a number of small problems that are aggravating your situation. As you adjust your outfitting, you should start by making sure that you're sitting correctly on the seat and not pressuring the back of it. The back of your seat should not bend, and your body should be in a position that you can take your index finger and slide it down between your coccyx and the back of the seat, much more lightly than that. You should be a little farther forward. You don't want the seat to bend.
Okay.
And if you can adjust it so with your coccyx sitting against the upswept portion of the seat, I always say like a butterfly sitting on a flower, to give people the idea that they shouldn't be squeezing themselves back. It puts you out of balance in your boat, first of all. Okay. A lot of people are grossly out of balance. So you begin doing that. Move forward so you take the bend out of the seat back.
So I will loosen things off so I can slide myself forward to where you want me.
Could you come back against my finger and put some pressure on it? Okay, there we are. I can put my finger, you can put your finger between your coccyx and the back of the boat.
Okay.
Now you can begin, and don't cheat. Just these straps, the way the anchors are located, they cross your knee well up on your leg, probably farther up than they should, but that's just going to hold you in better.
Okay.
Just make certain that your thigh strap is adjusted so that the strap doesn't get wasted by hanging out in the air there, or hanging out in the air on this end. So you just adjust that buckle until you get this perfectly.
Okay. So we may need to loosen this one.
Yes. There's no need to fasten yourself really tightly into your outfitting. If it's crossing your leg in two places and pressing down, there's no reason to overstress the dowel and the back seat block. You know, just have your feet against the foot pegs.
Okay.
If you insist on having a flat instep on your foot, you're really sacrificing a lot of the holding ability of the outfitting. You know, some people they can't paddle with a vertical foot. It hurts too much.
Yeah.
They have problems with the circulation or the flexibility of all the little bones in their feet. So now Andy will just adjust his thigh straps so that the thigh strap completely contacts the leg from here to here. And you do that by adjusting this buckle here, the one that crosses your knee.
What I'm seeing is that my knee has come significantly forward, and actually forward of the end of my knee is forward of the knee pad.
That's because the boat was outfitted for a person with a shorter femur.
Okay. But it still works because I don't feel like my knee is off,
No.
but it's still working fine. So I've come quite a bit forward in the boat with this adjustment. Okay.
And with your long legs, your long femur, the two straps across each leg are holding your leg down rather than back against the seat and the foot pegs.
Right.
And you should not come out of that.
Okay.
This buckle, when you make the final adjustment, it has to be double buckled, or when it gets wet, it will slip.
So we'll double that back. Okay, I think I'm in there snug. So the final thing, I guess, would be just adjusting the foot pegs forward now.
Yes.
And how tight do I want those to be?
Well, we just slide them forward until you could put, well, maybe, okay, move your foot back. You just need some pressure against the foot peg. Remember, we want to be careful that we don't unduly stress the screws that go into this nylon dowel.
Okay.
You can actually elongate the hole in this block and in the block in the main body of the seat just by overpressuring it, and then you end up with foot pegs and foot tracks that are sloppy in the seat. And you don't want to damage your boat that way.
So Brian, this, as you say, this was outfitted for someone else. The patches for the knees and the ankles may not be in an ideal location. Can you just talk about where they are for me and where they would be ideally?
The anchor that's opposite your ankle is probably 2 or 3 inches farther back than I would put it. And this knee anchor, in the perfect world, I would like to locate so that your strap was at least the width of the strap farther forward.
Okay.
Especially that one. So I just, yeah, this strap could cross there, and it would help to keep your knee from lifting.
From lifting. Okay.
But that would be the ideal, though this certainly works.
So on the ankle, we're looking probably right off the ankle bone as a placement for the strap?
The center of the strap goes directly opposite your ankle.
The ankle bone.
Yeah.
And the knee one off the front edge of my knee, or just an inch or two back from the front edge of my knee?
Well, I would say about 3 inches back.
Oh, 3 inches back.
Yeah.
And we're a little bit more than that, of course, here.
Isn't it
and we're
strange?
pretty close here.
Yeah, they're both of them are mounted in the same way relative to the knee pad, but that strap crosses so much farther back than this one.
Maybe I have different sized legs.
Yeah, that one looks really good.
It does.
Yeah, and that's
Just a little.
that one should really cross. Could cross there.
Okay.
You shouldn't come out of that.
So that looks great. I think that's outfitted much better. I mean, we haven't really changed the outfitting. It's just a matter of wearing my boat properly and getting it fit. It may not be ideal, but the next test is for me to go upside down and see what happens. Thanks, Brian.
Welcome. And do it just above a class 5. Okay.
Good thinking.